everyone, and welcome to Say Hey podcast. It's where we delve into the minds of geniuses. And today we have a special genius with us, all the way from Vienna, Austria. My name is Hassan Yunus.
And my name is Sarifa Alonto Yunis. And welcome to our Say Hey podcast. Our special guest tonight is a professional singer, an award-winning inspirational speaker, and a speaking expert. She helps entrepreneurs and executives to speak as impactful and heart-touching like music. Have fun on the stage as well as the virtual and attract more clients into their businesses. Joining us all the way from Vienna, Austria, we welcome Danje Bauer and to our Say Hey podcast show.
Hello, hi. Sarifa Hassan, thank you very much for having me in your show, in your podcast. This is such a great connection. Austria and Austria. Great, thank you.
Danje, I have an interesting question for you. This is probably a global question which involves celebrities, yeah? Who globally do you admire with their use of the voice and their vocal melodies and the variety? It could be like an actor, could be a singer, could be any celebrity really that you think they use that to perfect way.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. For example, actors like Morgan Freeman, he has a really cool voice. Or, of course, singers like I adored Whitney Houston, also Pink or Mariah Carey, so different kind of singers, and yeah. So even those actors, when they are speaking on stage, they are not just acting. When they, for example, make a speech. This is always so interesting to listen to them, what they are speaking and how they are speaking, because they are using really a nice voice and also vocal variety. And so there are so many actors and singers I can tell you, but yeah.
It is amazing how you mentioned that people, it's how, and that's so true. It's not sometimes about the content of what they're gonna say, but it's how they deliver it, how they say it. That's what makes it really impactful.
This is the most important part. Content is just a little tiny part of it. It's just, actually there are surveys, they say, okay, studies, they say it's just 7% is the content and everything else is how you deliver this with your voice and with your body language. Yeah, the deliver is the most important part. You can speak nonsense, but if you are delivering this with voice and body language and impression and everything else, then it's much more better than you move your audience when you have really cool things to say and you speak boring or you don't move on stage, and then it gets lost. Your whole message gets.
That's so true. Sometimes we heard some speakers or lecturers, they are trying to share very important information or knowledge, but sometimes the people, they sleep because it's so true that it is how they deliver it. How many times in the university or the school that you sleep while the teacher is talking and then you just wake up when you are about to go, and then you miss out of so much information, so much knowledge, but that is because of how they deliver it. And then also, how many teachers, sometimes they're not well prepared to teach. They have not prepared their lesson plan, but they just share a little bit of knowledge, but you never forget them because it is how they share them. They put the emotion into it. And then once they put the emotion, they speak from their heart and it hits the heart of the students. And the students, they will never forget those teachers. I have few of those teachers that they really impact me with their small information that until now I am carrying with me. But those lecturers that they have so much rich knowledge, but they are not delivering it according to how it should be delivered. You forget them. You don't even remember them.
You are so right, Sarifa, and that's the point. When I remember back my university time or my school, there were just a few teachers or professors who really touched me. And for example, I had a professor, he was talking about international marketing. International marketing is such a great study, but he was speaking in such a boring way. The whole room was empty because nobody wanted to listen to him because he was speaking boring. But then there was another professor speaking about statistic, mathematics, and the room was full of trouble because he was storytelling, he was playing with his voice, he was energetic. And then this is the point. When you want to say something, when you want to have a message, then deliver it in a right emotional way. That's the point. It's what really everybody who is on stage can do. Not only teachers, speakers, executives, all business owners, everybody who is speaking on stage and want to move people, they have to deliver it in an emotional way. And voice is emotion. Voice produces emotion.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, likewise with my experience, I've attended training seminars, few of them, and then the presenter or the facilitator is really like so boring, and they'll give you a workbook, thick workbook, and then as they're going through it, I'm looking, oh my God, we still have another 20 pages or 30 pages to go through. How can I make this? Like I'm sitting there, really bored, sleepy because it's the presenter or the facilitator is just like, oh my God, just so boring. It's not interesting. The way the content is really nice. I mean, it's really useful, but just the way they present it, it's like, oh my God, this is like tormenting me,
Yeah. I mean, really, Sarifa and Hassan, you have an audience, and in your audience are executives, are business owners. So it's just the intention. If you want to move people, if you want that they hear your message, work on your delivery. It's your voice, your storytelling, your expression, everything. There are so many things you can work on. But of course, one of the most important part is the voice. And especially on the digital stage, your voice becomes even much more important than on the real stage, because the body language is more reduced, yeah? But your voice, people can hear your voice and you can play with your voice. This is really, you have to be aware of, and just put your intention. If you want to be heard, if your message wants to be understood, then please use the best delivery you can do, and practice on it.
Yeah. And I think just to agree with you on that one, because the voice really tells the audience whether you're actually authentic or fake, right?
That's true. Yeah.
It tells whether you're authentic, or if you have a presenter that's talking about a certain story or certain content, and the voice that shares it, like, okay, this is true. Maybe that the presenter is actually lying, right? But just the way they're projecting their voice and they're putting that emotion in that, it makes it authentic. And then you have another person actually telling a true story, right, of their life, whatever, but they're not projecting it well. They're not using the emotions and using the variety of it. And it just goes like, no, I don't believe him or whatever, So it's really, the voice really can make it tilted into both ways.
That's you're so right, Hassan. You can feel everything in your voice. I mean, of course, your voice tells also how you are feeling. If you are sad, then your voice is sad. If you are ill, then your voice is scratchy. if you're energetic, if you think, okay, this is such a great topic, then you speak with more passion. Then this is heard in your voice. But if you are bored, then yeah, of course, then you speak very boring, and then this is also your voice tells everything. Yeah.
Yeah. And going back to, we mentioned executive board members, right?
Mm-hmm.
And having a board meeting can be quite boring for the employees because, like, who wants to be in a board meeting? Yeah, it's very boring. But the executive, the CEO or the executive manager, if they project their voice exactly as you're saying it, right? As you, like, with emotion, with vocal melody, with, you know, variety and all that, they can make the board meeting so interesting and so productive because people will jump in, you know, with the board, with the CEO board, and yeah.
Yeah, you're so right. And they can just not only use their voice in a very exciting way, they can also put in complex sentences or complex messages into storytelling. They can even use their body language. They can even draw something and make visuals or use props or whatever. So they can use so many things to make you excited. And yeah, that's the point. It's your intention. If you want to move your audience, then you have a lot of things you can do. It's just your intention. And say, okay, me as a singer, I have the intention, I want to move the audience. And that's me as a speaker, also want to move the audience. And I know how to move them. I use so many things. And it's just your way of thinking. If you want to really excite your audience, if you really want to move, you touch your audience heart and minds, then you have so many things outside there, your voice, your body language, visuals, storytelling, and so on and so on. So many things.